What up, Pittsburgh? What up, Pittsburgh Steel fans? It's Matty P and Mikey D. Sorry if there's a double up there. That's a delay on our side on the tool. But how you going, Mikey D? All things Pittsburgh Steelers. How you feeling,
Mate? There's 3 guarantees in life: death, taxes, and this thing on my thing that's never straight. Whatever this thing is, never straight. I will one. I promise. I promise. Like in the future, when I get a bit of spare coin, I will buy another one. However, the reason why I went and bought new headphones, but I didn't like them because I couldn't hear. These ones I can hear myself. Like, you know what I mean? You can. It's easier to. The other ones are they're like you can't hear nothing. Anyway, so that's like my gimmick, isn't it? You know, the Bengals have losing. I have this. The Chase Claypool's top 3 receiver. I've got this. There's this. Yeah, I'm doing all right though. How are you?
I'm okay. I saw the Chicago Bears actually. Some of their people like slamming him and like how bad he's going. I saw that. I think it was ESPN radio. I saw it on like.
He's not motivated. I said this 11 months ago. He's not a good receiver. He's just not.
George is in first. Hey, George.
What's going to happen there?
What's happened to Jer?
Oh, no, mate. So he's just not a good receiver, man. He's just not. I just think he's too focused on TikTok and his brand and that kind of stuff. It's just, he's got to do more work. But I think we've spoke before. He would be better like playing the tight end role or like, you know, something like he's good getting the pass short. Feed him to walk 5 yards and run away. Fine, do that. You can do that. But anything downfield past 10 yards, he's not going to catch it. You can't. 100%. You can't do
it. You guys might have to buy matching shirts.
That'd be cool.
That's it. We will. When we get monetized, there's a whole lots of merch and stuff coming. So we thought we'd do something different on today's show. And that is going to be a combination of like keep or cut, but doing it a bit differently with a twist. So we're going to bring back one of the favorite, I don't know, tools, features, gimmicks, segments of the show, and that is the spin the wheel. So we've done like 1 to 99. Now, obviously, I think the Steelers on the roster right now, obviously, you can only have 90. There's obviously a few numbers that we've retired in 70, 75, and 32. But we're just going to spin it and we'll see how we crack it on. Mark, you've got the roster there up, ready to go, right?
Yep, good to go.
Are there any players that haven't been assigned a number on the website? Sometimes that does happen.
Let me scroll down. I don't think so. I think everyone's good. No, everyone's good right now. I'm pretty sure everyone has one on the website anyway. There should be 90 men on there.
Cool, perfect. Because sometimes other off seasons, not until they went to camp, some people didn't have a number on there. But I think the league actually changed the rules on that from what you're allowed to state and not state. Anywho, let me bring up our favorite spin the wheel.
Last time we spun the wheel, right? One of the last ones we did was you deciding for you to go to the bathroom or not. That was fantastic.
Well, remember we did the one when we did the 6-hour stream for day 3 of the draft, and we also did one where we would have like shut down the show 4.5 hours. Before the Steelers 7
We might do that at halftime. Nah, there was a part there too. You said, you said to me in the world, and you're like, well, I need to go to the loo.
That's right. Yeah.
And I said, let's spin the wheel. And then you were like, okay. You gambled with your bladder. Come on, man. That's crazy. No one does that.
Jersey in the chat. Hectic.
I'm excited though, man. The wheel's fun. It's always fun. It's random. Right. I wanted to like do my whole day once with a wheel, like what I should go to eat, where I should go, stuff like that. Spin the wheel.
Are we gonna put the corny music on or not?
Does it? I like it when it ticks over when it hits the rungs or the wheel.
Okay, cool. Well, that's what this will do. All right.
Okay.
All right, let's kick it off. Ready to go? You got the handy roster there? All right, let's do it.
Yeah, that one.
24, Joey Porter.
Benny Snell. Oh, sorry.
Benny Snell. Benny Snell's on.
Hey, I'm telling you, there's still fans out there that think Benny Snell's on the team. So we could say cut Benny Snell and we'd be right. Also, just to let you know, I think when the wheel spins, your audio goes a tiny bit crackly, but it's fine.
It's because of the thing's picking up. Yeah, it's double.
The wheel replaces you pretty much.
That's fine. That's fine.
24. We know who 24 is. That's Joey Porter Jr.
So Joey Porter Jr.'s got to be kept. But I guess Do you think he plays more than 75% of the snaps on the
This
defense?
is the one.
Levi Wallace played 66%. I think it was 66% last year, 69%,
Yeah.
something like that.
This is the one thing I'm trying to figure out is where they will play him, because Peterson will be playing, right? You got Wallace playing. Then who's going to be the third cornerback on the roster? Do they put him as their, like, is he getting more? How many snaps will he get? I just don't know where they're going to play him.
Yeah, and the thing is, the Steelers play more and more sub package, so it's less of a question than it used to be with a 3-4, where we played in the majority 3-4. So they'll ease him in. I can also be schematic, like against based on opposition, right? Like you don't probably have to actually. That's the thing. That might be the narrative, right? You know how I talk about the Steelers poking the logo narrative in free agency? The narrative this year might be that for the first 4 games, Broderick Jones doesn't start. Hopefully he does, but maybe he doesn't. And that Joe Porter Jr. doesn't play many snaps because they're playing run-heavy teams.
Yeah,
right?
And then everyone's going to freak out and go, "Oh, yeah, boy, not playing Joe Porter Jr."
They might be playing like a 3, even a full safety set, depending on where they put Peterson around the slot and where they put Keanu Neal in toward the box. So I think
we have to remember too. There used to be times back in the day that rookies never started or played much. You know, it wasn't until recently when we saw Kendrick Green play center and Dotson and Dan Moore start playing that, or people will plug in and play, even like Devin Bush starting straight away. So it wasn't really. There used to be times when the Steelers would take 3 years, 2 years, and of course no social media, so we didn't really. I didn't really see it. Or I just saw the guys on the field that were playing, not the hype up like now, doing it, spin the wheel, right? So, I've got high hopes for him. I do.
And Gene Smith, you're 100% right. Like this defense. You're gonna, because of the versatility. Remember, we talked about the versatility. Was it a month ago on one of the shows? We talked about how versatile the team was, and the secondary at 100% versatile. We talked. Maybe I did it in a one of the ones that you missed, Mark. Maybe that's when I talked about versatility. I think I did. Then when I did the Mad Monday live, maybe that was when it was. But you and I talked about versatility before. But you're going to see that even on the defensive line in terms of where they move Benton around and Leal around. I think you're going to see.
Did you see Leal the other day? Leal coming off the good A. He looks like a massive dude. He's
yeah. So and then also even the linebackers, like, while they might not say they're playing a 4-3, I think you're going to see some very interesting fronts as well. So yeah, Gene Smith, exactly across the D. It's going to be the lights out. It's going to be very hard for oppositions to scheme against the Steelers. All right. Let's we can remove the choice. So Joey Porter is out of there. All right, let's go.
So exciting every time. You just never know. Oh, double spin there.
Yeah, what happened there?
Oh, I don't know. 46. Is that my guy? I think it is my guy.
It's Christian Kuntz.
Wait, let me check. It has to be Kuntz. Oh man.
Now, man, they brought in some competition. Today. So
yeah, they did. Yeah, that's the Kuntz. That's Mr. Kuntz. I love how I can say that every time. Oh, it's still spinning or not?
No. I'm just making it separate some of the numbers out so we don't have any flyer jerseys. Just why you were talking about your man, who there is competition in for him at the moment, isn't there? The bloke from the Bahamas.
Oh no, I think he
was in that round that got removed this week. Is that right?
He was a tryout. He didn't get signed.
Oh, he didn't get signed. Okay.
Yeah, so he was a tryout.
It's so hard. Sometimes they're just like, this person, comes in. Or this person.
You know what's also hard is the media over there. Some of these journalists
they hype it up like they've signed this new outstanding guy. It's like, no, they haven't.
There are publications out there that go, the Steelers have added 2 new players. No, they haven't. They're just trying out for the team. Right? So, no, he's not. Rex Sanahara didn't sign. He tried out. And, well, there's still, there probably still is competition to a certain degree, because just because he's not on the team doesn't mean they won't sign someone else. If it just so warms my heart every time. So it doesn't, it's just so funny. I'm probably the only
hitting those Friday night vibes. I love it.
I'm the only one that has a Kuntz jersey. There's no one else in the Steelers Nation that has it. It's like me and Christian would be the only ones who have his jersey, I reckon. Like, yeah.
Please tell me you're going to wear that. So I'm getting married in less than 3 months.
I can't wear it to your wedding.
No. You can't wear it to a wedding. But the night before drinks with everyone, can you please
But do they know though? Because if like the security guard be like, you can't wear that. That's vulgar. I'm like, mate, it's a player.
Yeah, maybe have another shirt with you as well.
It's a real player. Like, that's not a real player. It is. I'm telling you. I'm not lying to you.
It's so good.
Yeah, he's going to be a keep, but the only reason he gets cut if he plays poorly or snaps poorly. I don't know.
Isn't that the case for most players?
No, but okay. Like, listen. Okay.
All right, I'll listen.
All right. Okay.
I'm waiting for this piece of wisdom.
Hold up. Wait a minute. What I'm trying to say is, like, okay, I get what I just said, but what I mean is, like, there's pressure on him, not just another player outbeating him, because who's going to outbeat him? He's got no competition. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if he plays poorly, he'll be cut, but if like, I don't know, if there's 15 linemen and then one lineman plays better than the other guy, then that guy might play the best he can. But mate, he's in a good position, really, isn't he? Snaps the ball for 8 hours a day. He's even talked about. They don't know what to do. They just like train for 3 hours, and then the rest of the day they just walk around. Honestly, how many times can you snap the ball until you've done enough? Probably like 2 hours.
I don't know. Kendrick Green's still trying to figure out that question.
Oh man, who was the one? Oh, that was Pouncey that threw the big football
over the top of the head.
Oh boy, he could have been a long snapper. That was ridiculous. And then Big Ben just watched it run into the end zone with Connor. They both watched it. I'm a keep. I don't know about you. I'm a keep.
Yeah, I think you go with it another year. Check it out next year. All right, next player. I love how it flips back and forth.
It's mesmerizing, isn't it? 42. Oh, Pierre. That's Pierre. Oh, this is a good one. This will have some
I think
discussion.
it's a practice squad or a cut. He's not on the roster.
Okay, so I try and think the same thing with the corners. Where's he going to play? Do you know what I mean?
But also like the number that they're going to keep. You know, like if we bring up the depth chart, he's not there. I think he'll get cut. This is my tip. He gets cut. Oh, maybe not before the end of training camp. He's cut by the end of the second preseason game. There's my tip.
So you have Peterson, Wallace, Joe Porter Jr., Shannon Sullivan,
Corey Trice.
Trice, they like him too. Yeah, yep. Where does he
And then also
now?
remember, Kazi can play in the slot, so they don't need another slot guy, right?
They're pretty high on that Elijah guy too, aren't they?
Exactly. They like Elijah Riley. They've talked about him a lot. He can play free safety, slot.
We haven't even talked about Luke Barco. He played really well for the San Antonio Brahmas too. Yeah. Luke Barco.
James Pierre's not there. And everyone that was so high on him, Dale Lawleap, on the Steelers, they were going to sign him and give him the RFA tender. They didn't do that. They brought him back at the absolute minimum. I think that tells you everything you need to know. If they thought he was going to be good, they would have done a bit more than that. They don't care.
Is he a similar situation to like maybe Benny Snell on the last ropes kind of thing? You think? Because Benny Snell wasn't brought back, and I don't think he will be brought back.
Yeah, this is last rope. Someone else will pick him up.
I kind of feel like this is a medium. He's a maybe, but all the cornerback competition is pretty good.
I mean, Jazz right. Like I have said this. I see him potentially taking a roster spot. I said this on the Levi Wallace podcast that was put up this morning in the US. So if you haven't listened to that one, or YouTube show, if you haven't listened to that one yet, go listen to that after this. But I did talk about James Pierre at most makes the practice squad in one of those vet spots, or he's a cut.
You know what as well for talking about special teams. You know that the Steelers special teams lost so many like players. Like Marcus Allen, Watt,
and that's the only reason why I think they're going to keep Killebrew.
Killebrew, I think he stays.
No, he will. But I'm saying because they've lost so many, they need to keep because they did lose Derek Watt and stuff. But I think they were preparing Connor, to do a bit more as well. Like Connor Hayward a bit more this year.
Yeah, I think Connor plays teams. I think he does teams as well. But yeah, it's going to be interesting who they do choose, and maybe even Mike Robinson might play too.
That was the next guy I was waiting for you to finish. It's gonna be like, I think Mike Robinson.
And then even if they keep Corey Trice, he might be on the outside too. Might be able to be maybe a gunner.
Yeah, especially with his speed, his size. Yeah, he'll be good.
He got long arms too, hasn't he? He's a real. So he could be a gunner with Miles Boykin, I think, on either side, or maybe I don't know.
I like that.
So, but Pierre, he's
Snell you later.
He's on. I think he's like you're a cut. I'm like an even. I don't know.
If he makes it, I'll buy you a croissant. There you go, Pierre.
A croissant.
You can wear a Steelers like that little painter hat, and you can carry around. Actually, if he makes it on the 53, you have to do the next whole podcast with a French breadstick under your arm.
Where am I going to find that? Where I live?
The French breadstick, they have them at like the Coles, mate.
Do they?
We just eat them all the time. Yeah. Right. Well, that's him out the window. See you later.
See you later.
Or smell you later.
Well, yeah, he's Snell's gone. 89. Gunner, look at the good ones. He's gone for sure.
Yeah, he's 100% gone, man. I was on the Steelers.com this morning, actually, looking at in the pro shop, I don't know. I have a look every now and again. There's actually a good, decent sale on right now. Anyway, Gunner's jersey, I don't know, it came up. I was searching for something, and his jersey came up from one of the games, authentic jersey he wore. They wanted $1,000 US for it. No one's paying $1,000 US for Gunner O's jersey. Absolutely not.
$1,000 US. Why would it be $1,000? It's signed.
No, it's his actual game jersey from one of the games. I mean, just the Raiders games. No one's buying that. No one's doing that.
The 4 minutes he was on the field. Nah, it's not going to happen.
The bench warmer jersey. Hey, at least it wouldn't smell. Maybe.
Yeah. I wouldn't pay that. I think this is hard because there's so many good receivers on this roster now. I don't think there's any room for him, to be honest. If Steelers bring him back to play returner, they've lost their marbles. If he only plays returner, then I'm just don't understand.
Oh, cheers, mate. Thank you. Yeah, it's just something different. We love spin the wheel. It's
yeah.
Pittsburgh Toddy Gunner had his weapon revoked. Yeah, he had the pin pulled out of it. Cut him immediately. I actually tend to agree because, what you've got, you may as well bring someone else in. I 100% agree.
Read the next
George,
one.
that fumble game or
Daredevil's one. You get back $999.
And the Steelers pay the shipping for me out to Australia, the 50 US.
You gain money.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh man, you buy a jersey and get back $900. Oh, yeah, he's gone. I think there's no room for him. I don't think there's too many receivers.
All right,
and there's too many playmakers.
He's gone. We don't need it. Bye bye.
89 gone. Ooh.
58.
Yeah. Isn't that like Lambert or the other bloke's number?
Yeah.
No, it's 58.
There's no 58.
So let me know. Is that that's either Lambert or that's 50?
That's Lambert. Isn't Ham 52? I always mix them up.
Lambert was 59, I think. So we'll keep that number. We'll keep Lambert. I think it was 58. You think?
Well, yeah. Well, we can't do it. Yeah. Anyway, right on.
Yeah, that's Lambert, man. What a guy.
I told you it was Lambert. That's what I said. Which one? Morgan or Mason?
No, I think Morgan changed. He changed back.
He did change back, did he?
So Rudolph got his number back. He got his number 2 back.
So what's Morgan now? Like
5?
5? Yeah, I thought so.
Oh man, this is a tricky one. I think keep, but what if Morgan comes out and just lights it up and can be the?
He might. I think he's got a. If he's the guy I'm thinking about.
What if they both light it up and Trubisky's cut? See you later. They're both good.
All right. Well, I think that's going to be the case because even though, unless the Steelers get an awesome offer because another quarterback goes down somewhere, Kenny and Mitch are getting real tight best mates, man.
Yeah, so you need him there.
I went because someone put something on Twitter that was like Pickett's season. There's an account like there is Pickens season. Anyway, it had the hands, and I thought Kenny Pickett was getting married. It had like 2 hands, like with like ring fingers, right? So I was like, oh, Kenny must have got married. I'll have a look at the photos. I went to his Instagram, and it's like him and Trubisky, and they're like partners or friends together, and like I think they're kind of
So
all
you
locked
think
down
Mitch is
together.
doing it on purpose so they don't cut him? Is that what you're saying? It's like the old Switzer thing with Big Ben.
Yeah, it is a little
You
bit.
know?
I'm not saying it's like it's
fake.
engineered. I'm just
Yeah,
saying
yeah,
there's something there. There is a relationship.
Imagine if Trubisky's wife was like, "Hey, Trubisky," if it does, would she wouldn't call him Trubisky.
What?
Well, imagine the wife just calling him Trubisky, like as in the last name. The wife's like, "Can you just go talk to Kenny so we get a good relationship there? The media loves it, and you'll stay there." He's like, "Yeah, it's a good idea." You never know; they could be sneaky like that. But no, they're mates. They're mates, and I think yeah, they're not going to cut him. But like Rudolph has to try and prove himself to be number 3.
Creepers.
Wow. I think he's okay at 3, but we'll see the
Yeah, we'll see how it goes.
quarter of a competition.
Oh, it's too funny. I'm sorry, it's cracking me up.
What if we get Morgan now? Number 5 comes up.
That would be golden. That would be the best thing that's happened on the show in a while.
95. Is that Benton? Yeah.
Benton, I'm pretty sure. Just check.
I think I'm pretty because that was his college number.
Yeah. He's a key man. This guy's going to be one of those. He's going to be one of those guys in like 3 or 4, third or fourth year into his deal, and you're like, how the hell did we get him in the second round?
Didn't someone label him as like a dancing bear? I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, Hogan Joby might have done that.
Said he was like the way he like moves and walks around as a dancing bear, which is
also he's got a really good background as a wrestler.
Yes, I can't wait to see that.
And like, yeah, you heard some cool things. Even the way he and Nick Herbig got together, like, and got the Wisconsin team and the defense coming together. Even though that team, had some pretty hefty losses, just the way that they did things in the maturity, like, yeah, he's top.
You think that's a big advantage being a wrestler? That it must be to push them around, to push their shoulders around and stuff like that. It must be surely.
Oh yeah, he talked about his ability to leverage. I think when he was talking about this, he was talking about the ability for him to leverage power through his whole body. Like, is a lot more,
so one-on-one matchups, he can win that kind of stuff. I like
that. And keeping stable and stance and those sorts of things. So yeah, I'm actually like it. Yeah, I think he's going to be terrific. To me, I wasn't as high on him in the draft. I was high on him. I thought he was a late second rounder, but I'd heard such great things about Mazai Smith that I was a bit like, well, if Mazai Smith's sitting there, you're picking him over Benton. But then ever since the Senior Bowl, when I saw Benton and then I saw the thing coming out around, he'd definitely spoken to the Steelers a lot. And then you go and look at some of his stuff and you're like, he's really good. Like, he's actually really good. So yeah, he's going to be awesome for the Steelers. I love that he gets to learn under Cameron Hayward's tutelage as well.
Gene says here, keeping per Jake the Snake, so he's got the old wrestling vibes.
Yeah, I love it.
I think it's cool. I like the mix of. I actually like that players do that when they have different sports into their craft. I like that stuff. I think that's,
Bucky Brooks talks about it. Ben Roethlisberger's talked about it. Like, not like a lot of parents these days pigeonhole a kid's good at one sport at 12 or 10, and then make them do that sport, right? Or like put pressure on to do that sport. It's about being multidisciplined. Like, look at Darnell Washington. Look what he can do on a basketball court, right? There's several players like that can move, really quite well. And footwork's everything. Well, and things, and like, I mean, especially if you're gonna play on the lines, like wrestling, a lot of transfer. But like footwork, like I played a lot of basketball, like when I was in like high school and the end of my, well, like we call it K to 6 primary school, whatever we call it, right? And as we focus more on footwork in basketball, my play on the rugby field got better because footwork's equally important there. So that's the other thing, is like your body movement, understanding space, understanding like time and speed. That we talked about power distribution. Like, they're all really important things, and you only get that with multi-discipline sport.
It's even like Le'Veon Bell. He gave away millions and millions and millions of dollars to become a boxer and fight scrubs. You know, he chose that route, didn't he? He could have been a fantastic running back. No, but they do, like, even boxing and that kind of stuff, or gymnastics, all that kind of stuff. It all comes into becoming a good football player, like,
Correct.
different stuff. So I'm keen to see how that works for his whole career, to follow that idea where he was a wrestler, I think like state champion or something like that. He was pretty high up there. So
Yeah.
I'm excited for that for sure.
He had a guy that was like one of the, I think, an All-American or national champion there that used to. That was the only reason why he was getting beat or something. I think I remember hearing something like that.
Who's going to be next? Been good so far.
I think it's going to be in the 30s.
66. No, that
was DeCastro's number. That's
hang on.
Isn't that isn't McCollum 66 or Jesse Davis?
James Nyem Waya.
Yeah, he's not making it. Okay, move on.
Move on. Sorry, James. That was the quickest one yet. I couldn't even pronounce his name. He's got to prove us wrong now. He's going to make it.
37. Does Riley wear that number?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the.
I was about to say Bryce Hall. Bryce Hall. Sorry.
Elijah Riley, the guy from the Jets, 3rd year in from Army as well.
Hey, Jennifer.
I've read some good stories about this bloke. They're saying he might have a chance. So
yeah, no. I reckon keep him. He was there last year. Played some snaps. He's versatile. I'd rather him than Pierre. So
I'd actually stay in this scenario. I'd rather him than Trey Norwood. And I was high on Trey Norwood.
Yeah, agree. Agree.
So
bit of a bigger body than Norwood as well.
You know what's funny? How do we? I cut someone whose number didn't even come up. So, but I would say, yeah, Elijah, he's up there. I think he's been getting some good reports because he came in halfway through the season, right? Didn't he?
Yeah. 100%.
And it was like new off season, he should be fine. So I'm keeping him. I guess
the ads that are coming. Yeah, we're keeping him. The ads that are coming up here are. I don't know what it's following. This is why I have a VPN.
This is a longer one. I felt longer. I felt like
it did.
62.
We have a 62.
I think it might be McCollum. Yes, it is McCollum. How good am I going?
So that's interesting. Right. He was excused from training camp today. I don't read into that, or mini camp. So last year I thought, this guy's never coming back. And start of this year I thought the same. And then I dived deeper into him, and he played on the same offensive line with Dan Moore. And I looked at some of the stuff that he did. He could be a much better prospect than we think for this team. I think he's on the practice squad. And even if he's cut, it'll be like, can he pass waivers, that sort of thing. But he's not I want the guy booted off the team. This guy is a potential depth piece for the Steelers. And really, like, he's the only solid center backup right now.
I was going to say, would he be the backup center?
He'd be the direct backup right now, unless people want Kendrick Green back. So I actually think, he's a keep. He's going to surprise people. Man, the lady up on the screen right now, just for kicks, if you can see the ad, the Ray White lady.
Ray White?
Yeah, this lady is like the #1 realtor in my few suburbs. She's got her faces on at the local supermarket. Her faces on all the buses. Her faces on the place that's selling their house next door. Now I'm bloody from my Steelers YouTube show, and she's still here. This woman never leaves. It's like
no offense to like realtors out there if I offend anyone, but I do apologize. Isn't that like one of the easiest jobs where you just sell didn't the house sell itself?
To be fair, I saw her at an auction the other day. This is so random why we're talking about this, but I saw her at an auction. I went to an auction recently. And she was there, and she literally worked the room, man. She was different people, and you could see her nudging some of the people, like, you can bid a bit more, and you don't want to lose this. Like, she really did her work, and it wasn't one of the best valued properties in the area or anything like it. And I was like, she's working hard for it. Like,
have you know The Simpsons, where Troy McClure says, "There's the truth, and the truth." Oh, that was Troy McClure, but it's one of those when Marge goes for it. I don't know, man. We have them here too, but they always seem like those people are just rich. They're just selling big money houses. Anyways, Mackay,
that's not Russian. Is that Greek? Is that Greek?
No, he types upside down. Yeah. So I don't read those. I don't read those comments because I'm not going to focus on that. I'm going to focus on Ryan McCollum's going to be the backup center. That's what I'm going to focus on.
Exactly. All right, let's go.
Spin it again, man. Spin it again. Let's go. So exciting. You never know who you're going to get. Oh.
Damn more.
Oh, okay. He's keep for sure. Now, let's play a bit of is he going to be left back or not? Left, I think he's going to start. I really do. I feel.
I think he'll start the first 3 to 4 games, then they'll move him on.
Yeah, well, then that's not too bad. Even if you start, then
you're not starting Broderick Jones unless
against 49ers.
Against 49ers, against Garrett with
first
Cleveland.
Game as well, like the first game of the season, first game of your career. I just think you don't. It's not. No matter how good skill set he is, how nervous would you be to be that player to be your first game?
Also, they can't afford. They'll have so much else going on. They can't afford for him to miss something, and Kenny Pickett's running for his life game one. Like, I
would go with someone who's already done that.
Unless there's a lot of talk about Darnell Washington, and then we saw Pat Freiermuth. There's an injury cloud over him. Unless they're like, we're literally just going to line up Darnell next to Broderick so that we can run the ball really well, and we can start Broderick because Darnell's going to be there next to him, and there's Kenny's kind of getting two, maybe right.
I wish they're more luck, man. I know he just gets a lot of bad rap because they went and signed Jones, but I just wish him more luck. Really,
I love if he could beat out a Corafor, man. You know what? At least the Steelers have competition. At least it's not this person's going to be this.
Yep. How good is the line? At least on paper now, but like better lines is 2 years ago.
Oh,
3 years ago.
Lights out.
It's different, isn't it? It's way different. Spin it again. I just never know who you're gonna get. God.
Didn't the Wheel of Fortune guy in America announce he's retiring after 40 years this week?
Yeah, we're taking over. Oh, Highsmith. Let's go.
Do you think they give him a new deal? I do. I'm going to do a shot.
I think so. There's the reporters out there saying that, if you trade him or cut him or whatever and then sign Young, I don't see it. You stick with Highsmith. You make him the duo with TJ Watt. You pay him.
Young doesn't really... It's not that he doesn't work in a 3-4. You can make it work, but I don't know why you wouldn't.
I extend him. I extend him. Make it a good,
hey,
team
Pepper.
deal. G'day, Pepper. You make it. You make it a friendly deal for him. You make everyone happy.
Plus 56 just looks good in a Steelers jersey, right? Like Woodley and now Highsmith, and it's good.
Yeah, I keep for sure. I think he's going to be an outstanding player against this could be like a new era for the next 4 years.
He's a guy that's like a bedrock. I'm not calling him a franchise player, but he's like a bedrock of a franchise. He's a guy that if you can keep him for almost his whole career, he's someone that you look back on, you're like, that was one of the unsung heroes. That was one of the guys that will be in the Steelers Hall of Honor. Might not be a Hall of Famer, but he's a really solid player. 80 out of 100 if you gave him a mark of his career out of 100. Like, this is a guy you build a team around.
The other day Mike Tomlin called him an elite Robin, which I think speaks a lot of values, right?
Exactly.
And the thing is, too, if Highsmith can play this smart and think, okay, I might lose a few $1 million here by being second to TJ, but still get a pretty good life out of it. And also, you're playing with the Steelers, and think about your brand after. He could easily do a podcast like after the season and be a Steelers hero.
Mate, but he's also like, the deal will probably be somewhere, if he can take a little bit of a haircut, 16 to 17 million over 5, maybe. They might do it less. They might do it 4. I think they should do it 5.
I'm just saying,
right? And he makes 85 mil then over 5. Right, if you do the 17 at 5, or let's say you make something like 80 million, but a lot of it's signing bonus, more than half. Let's say it's like 45 million in signing bonus or something. Like, that's a lot of money. He'll make $100 million in his career.
But not all players, when they go and they leave the Pittsburgh Steelers in his position,
do they do well?
Bud Dupree, right? So maybe you take a bit of a haircut off and then join back with the team and just imagine having TJ and Highsmith for 4 years, the next 4 years or 3 years. It's not bad.
It's awesome.
So I think it's going to work out. I think he'll be a guy that they can work out a deal.
Especially, you've got to think too, Cam's deals will be coming off. Like, they can back end stuff. They can be creative. They've also got cheaper. Remember we were previewing, we were trying to do mock drafts and we were talking, but like in the month before the draft, around the importance of getting a defensive tackle because of how expensive they are. They didn't do that. They don't need that now because they've got Benton, right? They're saving money. They've got Joey Porter. They're not going to have to spend money on an expensive cornerback. The Steelers cornerback room, that's another show I'm going to do this week. Apart from Minka, the Steelers have a very cheap secondary, right? And that allows them to keep guys like Highsmith. So, yeah, let's spin the wheel again.
Do it again. Oh. Who's that? Okay.
Do we have an 80?
We do. I think it's Rodney Williams. That sounds like a singer, doesn't it? No, it's Dan Chisner. Cut. See ya.
Well, I know that. And I'm a big fan of Highsmith's dad, but we're talking about TJ Watt, who's an alien. Oh, yeah, 85 Rodney. What's his name? Rodney Wilson.
No. I've mixed it up. So Rodney Williams is 87. Dan Chisner is the receiver. So I think he's cut. I think he's he's far. He's like practice squad or cut.
We should call him Cheese Nuts because it just reminds me of D's Nuts.
I think there's like 16 receivers on the thing. What?
Yeah, no, bye.
Okay, yeah. 13. That used to be. Who's 17?
Isn't that Cody White? No, Cody White.
No.
Cody White's 15.
It's Miller. My bad. It's
Miller.
Yeah, Anthony Miller.
That's a good one. That is a good one. I think it all depends on Calvin Austin.
Yeah,
because Boykin you need for special teams, and you need another big receiver. So,
all right, then who are your 6 receivers then to try and figure this out?
So Deontay Pickens, Robinson, Calvin Austin.
Yeah,
I think Boykin makes it.
That's 5.
And I don't know about this Jordan Bird guy if they need a returner.
Well, there's Bird, there's the Hakeem Butler dude they've been talking about, but he's like a pretty good body.
Hakeem Butler won't be there because you need Boykin for special teams.
Well, then who's going to be 6? They're going to carry 6.
Miller probably. That's what I'm saying. Like he probably scrapes in, but that's assuming they keep 6 because they're going to probably have like 4 tight ends depending on whether they're actually slotting in Haywood at fullback because you've got Washington, Gentry, Freiermuth, and Haywood. Now, unless they move Haywood, as I say, to this fullback spot, which probably they will. And I like Miller. I think Miller is important for the slot. I think Miller's also important for Trubisky. If Trubisky has to play, it'd be interesting.
I'm just still interested to see who's going to be the return guys because I don't know anything with that.
I think this Bird guy's got a shot, man.
So if Bird can be the punt returner, because I had Steven Sims back there, and that's where he played mostly last year. So they might have a spot for him, and then maybe he might play some receiving reps, but at the same time you don't need to. But then if you're number 6 receiver, you have to be teams, right?
Yeah.
So this is a very, very difficult one. I don't know. Because whoever makes
But then are we overplaying the returning thing, given that you can't really do that on kickoffs anymore?
Yeah, that's the thing too, because Danny Smith was pretty pissed about that, pretty annoyed. So they're not going to run too many times off the kickoff because they're going to get.
Which means that even Connor Haywood can sit back there and catch the football.
Yeah, right? Why would you risk from the 6-yard line?
I think Jalen Warren's caught the odd football as well. I have to look that up.
You could just go 25 start, or you could run it out for the 10-15, whatever. But the punt return game is interesting too. But how many punts do you get? Maybe 6, 7, 8 a game or something, depending.
Yeah.
This one's a very hard one. I actually don't know. I don't know what's going to happen.
I think he's more. Well, at least you and I are in the keep camp over the cut camp. I think we've been pretty clear about who we want cut.
Oh yeah, this one you got to keep or maybe practice squad if he's eligible, stuff like that. There's a chance there for Miller, I think. I like the way he plays.
All right, we'll probably do 2 or 3 more spins, including
do
this
the
one.
whole roster. 86. Fine. I don't think it's only 86. I'm pretty sure there's no 86 right
No,
now.
I didn't think there is either.
No, there's not. Hines will keep you, mate. Or did it freeze?
I think it's 14.
What?
I think it's Pickens.
It didn't do the noise.
Oh.
So-
Well, Pickens is keep anyway.
Hey. It stopped.
We got a 71.
I think it's Haig from memory. Am I good? No, it's
Joe
Herbie.
Haig. Joe Haig. He hasn't been on the roster for like a year.
Hasn't he?
No.
See, that's where it sucks when you try and guess too early.
Yeah, well, Herbie, they brought him in. They
Herbie.
pay him a bit more. He's a keep. I think
he's happy to be here, man.
Yeah,
I think
that's a keep.
Do you think he gets sick of saying that? Like, because that's like his tag now. I'm happy to be here. Because every like press conference, they always ask him that. You know?
No, that's the thing. He's probably all right with that.
If I was him, I would merch the absolute balls out of that. I'm happy to be here, Steelers. I would just run.
You know what they should do? They should release like a Happy Gilmore style, like a bit like the Bruins jersey, and it's just an exclusive Herbig one.
That's it though. Like Claypool had his brand. That's a better brand. Happy to be here than Claypool's all his brand.
Oh, Pittsburgh McDonald's should offer a special deal with like a
McHappy.
Happy Meal. Little Nate Herbig. Like,
why are we giving them ideas? That's McHappy to be here.
I had this idea when we went to Disneyland in 2019. Right, we're in the winter, right, and like you walk around Disneyland, you're like, they're definitely listening and they're spying on you, all the rest of it. You know how they have the ears, like the Disney ears? I said to my fiance, what if they did ones that were like, not necessarily like a round ball, but they were they're flat like the shape of the ears, but they did Disney snow globe ears. Like, imagine if every time you move your head, they snow globe around, and they sold them for like $40 or $50. People, they'd make a killing. Anyway, we were joking that like we'd come back in a few years' time, and that's all that would be there is these snow globe ears. I'm still yet to see snow globe ears. So if you're listening out there, you know, Disney, what's his name, Bob Iger, think about the snow globe ears, and I can be credited with it, and I'll take $1 per one. Thanks very much.
Are we doing one more?
We'll do 2.
The winner is 73.
That's not cool. That's
Hang on. Ciamalo. I forgot.
Yeah.
Ciamalo. 100%. Keep.
Not even a
mate.
question.
That's easy. This is a big. Did you spin this longer?
No, it spins longer when there's less numbers. We already talked about Pierre. What are you doing back there?
Yeah.
He's chewing on whatever he can to make the roster.
He's cut. Nah. Oh. Is it the get? I've got 47.
Is this Alfonso Graham?
We haven't got a 47.
All right. Well,
There's no 47. Isn't that interesting?
Is it?
Yeah. Who's the last Steelers 47? I'll look it up.
The last 47 was linebacker last year. We just talked. Why is it bringing back numbers?
The wheel's broken. Mel Blunt. I didn't think about Mel Blunt.
I don't know what it's going to do.
Mel Blunt was at 47. The last person to wear 47 was 2006.
21.
That's it. Hakeem Butler.
What number's Norwood?
Hang on. Is it 221s? Wait a minute.
Sometimes they do that in training camp.
Like there's two. Yeah, there's two. There's Hakeem Butler's 21 and Trey Norwood's 21.
We've got to double up. All right. Well, Hakeem Butler, I think, will be cut, and I think Norwood will go on the practice squad.
Yeah, I think so too. I think it's gonna be very hard. Like I like Butler, but I think it's gonna be very hard for him to make the team. And then Norwood, I think he's on the out. I think he's looking out, man. I don't think he makes the team. and I was pretty high on him. So
That's cool. We got a double up. We'll see how many we can quickly do in the next minute, right? We'll do a minute. We'll do like or 2-minute drill. You know, like the football and podcast.
98. What the hell's 98? Oh, that's Liao. Keep.
All right, cool. I agree. Keep. All right, let's go again. 2-minute drill. We're going super quick, all right? Will, you got to be faster, Will.
I know. What the hell?
Freya moved. Of course we're keeping him.
Yeah, keep. Next. Easy. What an easy game. If we were like CEOs, it'd be easy to do.
Is that
Mark Robinson, keep.
Done.
He'll be there. He'll be there. He'll be on the team somehow. He has to be.
Yeah, of course he will be.
Yeah, he'll be team at least. I think Will was like, okay, how long can we do it? How long can we do it? Terry Bradshaw, keep.
Because that's Bradshaw.
Yeah. Come on, Will.
We've got 1 minute left in the 2-minute drill.
50.
Roberts.
Roberts.
Yeah, I thought he was. Yeah.
He's keep.
Yeah.
I think he'll be part of the middle linebacker core.
Especially Tomlin talks about him all the time. He's such a Tomlin classic downhill runner, like at linebacker, though, downhill stuffer.
61. Oh my. Holy dude.
Is that one of the backups?
Mason Cole.
Spencer Anderson? Oh, Mason Cole. Mason Cole. He's
how are we missing that?
Awesome. My thoughts about Mason Cole are gone through the roof this offseason. We've got 17 seconds. This is probably going to be the last one.
Devil, no way.
27.
That was Marcus Allen. Now it's Keanu Neal.
Cool.
I think. No, it's Trice.
I was about to say, wasn't it? I was literally going to say, isn't Trice wearing something like that? Yeah.
Far out. Keep.
Well, he's a keep. All right, one more. Last one.
Longest yet.
79.
I'm not even going to guess anymore. I got them all wrong the last three.
78 Daniels. 79. I think we've got a 79 on the roster right now.
No, we don't. One more.
All right, we have to respin then.
No, 79.
I'll keep this window up till next week, unless we want to do it. Oh no, I could do this on Mad Monday on my own.
Keep spinning. Oh, Veron Haynes. 34.
Well, Terrell had that number. No one's wearing 34.
Maybe that's Neil. Shannon Sullivan. Who the hell's Neil's 31.
Well 30, Sullivan's 30. A keep. All right, one last one. It gets addictive.
It does, doesn't it? That's Rodney Williams.
Yeah,
he's cut.
He's cut.
There's no way they carry 5 tight end. Speed run. Hunter. That's man. Man. Brandon
versus
Man.
Presley Harvin.
Yep. That's number 6 is. Oh,
no, but isn't Harvin's number 6?
Goodbye. See ya. I'm out. I got
Are
that
they
wrong.
both wearing 6?
No, I got it wrong. It's Harvin is 6. I stuffed up. I'm trying to jump the gun too early. Brandon Mann's 4. Harvin's 6. Mark isn't a real Steelers fan.
All right.
Is
Mann or Harvin cut? I think Harvin's
I don't know.
Outside
I don't know. This is going to be a punting competition. I wouldn't be surprised if they made a move and said we're going to go with Mann. I wouldn't be surprised if
I'm going cut. I'm going cut.
You think that Mann's going to win the job?
Yeah,
he's the man for the job.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. It's how Steelers do it, you know. But we'll see.
Depends on also, like, it might even come down to cap at a position like that but yeah. First fake.
I've gotten so many wrong trying to be first, and then I got them all wrong.
All right. Well,
goodness.
Mark, to wrap up the show, you've got 20 seconds. What did you think about all these keep cuts considered? I'll keep this up as well. I'll keep the screen so we can kick off when we're next together.
Yeah, I thought it was really fun, man. It was a good time. Trying to find out it kind of makes you, it forces you to think on your feet, you know?
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
What do you do this player?
Yeah.
Besides me getting some of the numbers wrong, it's really interesting to see who we have on the roster. 90 men. because they will be getting down to
Do you know what?
53.
Next year we should do it with like the free agents, and we get every single free agent. The wheel will be like minuscule.
As in, like, all NFL free agents in the whole thing.
Yeah.
Can you do that really fast? Like, can you grab them all really fast together? Can you like?
Yeah, there's some of the wheel generators you can get. You can just copy and drop names in, so I can just.
You're gonna have like
list.
what 300 free agents more?
Yeah.
Should we sign this guy? Yeah, okay, I'm down.
Right. And next year we should also do it with a mock draft, right? Stuff a mock draft simulator. We'll just hit spin the wheel 7 times.
To see what position we get or what players we get.
More players.
Oh wait, what if you draft like a guy that's like, I don't know, Tanner Morgan in the first round? Got to go with it.
The wheel.
Morgan.
To be fair, the wheel's never given us anything crazy weird. Like, there's a bit of sensibility in the wheel. Like,
don't do it for 25, 6 days in a row because it wears you out.
Yeah, that's
really fun. It's really
so
fun.
With that, I think Jedevil says it's best to close out the show, and then Mark, you can do the usual.
Go Steelers! Here we go.